What up, vape? What's going on tonight? Let's get this chat going. My story has been confirmed. What up, Eric? My story has been confirmed, you guys. That's right, y'all. My story from last year has officially been confirmed. Let's get some people in here and we can talk about it. I'm just loading up the grinder right now. What's popping, y'all? Let's get this live going tonight. Big Wig in the building. Supporting the wrong dude. Whatever. Whatever he wants to do. Just want to see if anybody wants to mess with this topic. All right, so nobody's messing with the G-Unit topics tonight, I see. New York State of Mind was popping, man. I'm just getting something ready. Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about G-Unit. Let's get some people in here. Let's talk about G-Unit. The story has been confirmed. I want to talk about my story, the story that I put out there that has officially been confirmed. But if we don't get nobody in here, I'm just going to do a pre-recorded of it. Whatever. Nobody wants to jump in this live tonight. Let's change the topic. I got some wedding cake. I got some do-si-do. And I think I just finished up the Hulk Angry. I got a little something on deck for tomorrow. Some of these chocolate blueberries. Expiration date 8/17. Oh, creation date, excuse me. Yep, and I got these Dutches right here. That's what we're blazing tonight. Come on, let's get this live going, y'all. Let's get this live popping tonight. I'm going to start talking. I'm going to start breaking down the story in a few minutes once we get some more people in here. Otherwise, I'm just fitting to change the whole topic 100%. You know what I mean? I'm just fitting to change the whole topic altogether. Let's let some people get in here, though. I'll be right back. All right, y'all, my bad. I'm back. My bad, y'all. I'm back. I just had to go to the bathroom real quick. But I don't know. Would I ever interview Orlando Brown? Sydney, Australia in here. I'm not sure who Orlando Brown is. Pav City. Exactly. Joseph Hunter knows what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about Cadillac Tah. That's right. One of the artists signed to Murder Inc., who actually had an album that was supposed to drop. He had a couple singles, but as he was talking about on Emrek's channel. Major salute to Emrek, you guys. Emrek actually had Cadillac Tah on the channel to confirm the Bangum Smurf story of Cadillac Tah actually going to 50's hood and putting that pressure on 50 Cent. You know what I mean? To be like, yo, what's going on? Y'all ain't going to be talking to my baby mama like that. Whatever happened to Cadillac Tah? Cadillac Tah was one of my first interviews. I'd say he was in my first 10 interviews that I ever did. Black Child, Ali Poe, Black Child is one of the coolest dudes. That was one of my first interviews as well, interviewing Black Child and him breaking down the whole deal with Murder Inc. to me. Yeah, Black Child's a real good dude. I remember after the interview, Black Child actually gave me a blunt. He's like, here, take that. Take that blunt for yourself. He treated my whole team to food as well. My brother just hit me up. But what's good tonight? What's popping, everyone? Fam Goon Trap Nerds. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for that support. Let me see what's going on here tonight. What's popping in the channel tonight? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's just get a few more people in here. My brother's hitting me up, asking me what I'm doing tonight. For sure. Much love from the Bluffs. Oh, for real? You're in Atlanta in the Bluffs? Oh. The Bluffs is in the building tonight? That's crazy, man. I was actually supposed to interview Rollo at one point. When he actually came out to New York. Rollo was doing a whole press run in New York. You guys probably remember he had he did This Is 50. All right, cool. Yeah, he was actually doing This Is 50. He did an interview with Doggy Diamonds, and they actually had me scheduled on that to interview Rollo that day. Appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. We're getting lit. You know what I mean? My story that Bangum Smurf actually told on the channel, speaking about Cadillac Tah actually going to check 50 Cent, has been confirmed. That's right, guys. The story has officially been confirmed on Emrek's channel. Emrek is killing the interviews right about now. You know what I mean? The way he takes an older artist, you know what I mean, that's from the past, and he really rejuvenates them. You know what I mean? Only Emrek can do that shit. Real right. Respect to you, man. Ari Garcia was popping. Yes. No, it wasn't 100. It was 500. It was 500 pounds. More so close to 1,000 pounds. Well, Chris, Cadillac Tah went to the block. He pulled right up to the block after this whole incident happened. After this incident happened where he said the people were not throwing bottles at his baby mama, as was reported in my story, as was reported by Smurf. That it wasn't actually bottles being thrown at Cadillac Tah's woman. He said that it would have been much bigger of a problem if it were bottles being thrown. Cadillac Tah's from Pav City. He actually had me out to Pav City for an interview before. What do I think about Doggy Diamonds? Doggy Diamonds is an originator. You know what I mean? Doggy has been at this for a while in the game. You know what I mean? Doggy's been at it for a while, and he's really in the last like 4 years, 3-4 years, he's really started to take shape with his career, and his voice has become one of the most powerful in hip hop on the real. But Emrek is really doing his thing as well, too. You know, you saw what he was doing with Jordan Tower for a while, and now he's really taking it on his own. And like I said, he actually did an interview with Sen City that I was really impressed with. And now I'm more than impressed with his interview with Cadillac Tah. You know, the way that he, you know, broke some of those stories, like the story about Joe Budden and the way that Def Jam was pushing Joe Budden's project with the Pump It Up single, and they were more enthused about pushing that project than actually pushing Cadillac Tah's project. It really all made sense. It really helped me put things into perspective at that point in time. You know, Rec really had it. He had enough. Rec had enough when it came to that, to really just almost just end the interview there. but he went the extra mile and got the extra exclusive, which actually pertained to a story that both he and I had done in the past. Oh, ICXC asked, "What is my ethnicity of origin?" Yeah, Emmerich has some bangers too, for sure, man. He's been putting out music for a while. Thank you, Fam Goon. I appreciate you saying that. Um, what is my ethnicity? My dad's parents were from England. My grandparents' parents were from Tennessee, so they were like from the South. So I got like a mixture of England and I got like a mixture of the South. My middle name is Wolf, and that's actually German. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, guys, I got an exclusive interview with JoJo Capone this Monday. We've actually got RJ Payne coming back on the channel, and then I've got Geechee Gotti from the West Coast coming up next week. Dude, you would fly, yo. Somebody, all right, hold on, Fly. I'm gonna check you out, so you don't have to, see it no more. I'm gonna check Fly out so he doesn't have to see it no more. He's good. He's gone. He's out of here, guys. You know what I mean? I don't really like the negativity on the channel. You know what I mean? I don't like the negativity. I get on here and I talk about the hip hop that I know. I talk about the hip hop that interests me. You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, that's real. That's real. 2 G's up. Yep. He created the name Pop City. 2 G's up says Cadillac Tah created the name Pop City, and they just started calling the hood that. Fam Goot. Where did JoJo Capone pull up, man? Fam Goon. That's interesting. Welcome to the Case Nation. 50 is a legend in the hip hop game. That's big facts. Yep, he out of here, Eric. You know what I mean? We don't got time for that. We're on here talking real facts of hip hop. It turns out that one of my stories I reported a couple years ago. You guys can all check it out. Bangum Smurf speaks on Cadillac Tah checking 50 Cent. Cadillac Tah went into it pretty in depth, you guys. He went into it pretty in depth, the way that he spoke on speaking with 50 Cent before well, not before actually. He spoke with 50 after he dropped the record. It's Murda, I Don't Believe You. He spoke to 50 when the beef was really on and popping, but Cadillac Tah pulled back and Tah said that wasn't really a Murder Inc. beef. That was really a Ja Rule thing. That was really a Ja Rule thing. But you saw the way 50 played. 50 brought every single name into he brought Irv's name in. He brought Black Child and Cadillac Tah's name in. He even brought Ashanti's name in, you guys. 50 brought every single name into that beef. Yeah, JoJo is an icon. Chubby Jag? Chubby Jag. Haven't heard of Chubby Jag. We were in Ohio. That's what's up. Kareem, you're hilarious. Thank you, I Trust Self. It's my channel. I'm going to do me. You know what I mean? It's my channel. I'm going to do me. I got into this game to provide some dope hip hop news for all of you watching. You know what I mean? It's just consistency. I hope you guys all in here, I hope everybody in here saw my new interview with Goods. I hope you guys saw my throwback interview with Goods. It was 40 minutes. It was a 40-minute classic interview. Yeah, Andy, he was calling Cadillac Tah Mitsubishi Tah as well, just to keep it real. Excuse me 1 second, guys. Have I interviewed anyone from the Bravehearts? No, I haven't interviewed anyone from the Bravehearts, but I did interview 2 of Nas's closer affiliates in the past. I've interviewed AZ and I've interviewed Cormega. Yep. Yeah, I interviewed 2 of Nas's closest affiliates in Cormega and AZ, so you know what I mean? But I didn't really know too much about the Bravehearts, just to be honest with you guys. Salute AZ for sure. Dark Low, I don't know anything about the case right now, you guys. I'm waiting to hear, just like you all. Will Kid ever go back to G-Unit? I think G-Unit is better as a group. You know, it was dope to see that 50 actually gave Kid a chance to actually be in the group of G-Unit. I actually got Kid to touch on that a little bit in the interview that we just shot. T History said that he watched the Goods joint. Man, I hope you enjoyed that. That Goods joint was probably one of my favorite interviews that I did with a battle rapper. It might have been my favorite interview that I've done with a battle rapper thus far. Yep, haters are gonna hate. James Brown, Buffalo in the building. AZ is super underrated MC. Crazy got crazy ear for beats. Thanks, T, for keeping us updated on Dark Low. Keep holding down OBH. Facts all day, man. That's all I'm going to do is keep on holding down our brothers from the OBH. And I'm going to keep building my channel as big as it can be, you guys. That means giving you guys new interviews. That means giving you guys new commentaries. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I can do to put out new content on a daily basis is what I'm going to do. That's what I wake up, I go get some coffee, and I get to work. Shout out to Makatari. We just dropped his single Fly Away today. I know a lot of you commented on that, and I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that because it shows you how strong this YouTube channel is. Mega is a general. Yep. That Quan interview was fire. Yeah, Quan actually reached out to me. Hopefully, we're going to be doing some new work in the future, man. Wawa coffee, no, sir. Starbucks macchiato, a venti caramel macchiato with blonde espresso, you guys. That gets me up and going in the morning. Yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight, though. You know, it was dope to see that my story was actually clarified by the artist that it was actually involving. You know what I mean? Cadillac Tah actually did a dope interview with MREC. And one of the pieces of the interview, he actually addressed the whole situation that happened with 50 Cent. He addressed pretty much all of his relationship with 50 Cent, even telling 50, yo, you are very talented musically. You are like, you can do it. You can make a hit. You don't need to focus on the diss records. Kind of like telling 50, like, yo, chill out on the diss records, man, but not all the way. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to try to tell 50 what not to do in his career, apparently. You know what I mean? Straight black coffee. Is that what you be doing, might be? Yeah, step your coffee game up, bro. Because let me tell you, man, that if you go to a Starbucks in the morning and you get yourself a hot venti caramel macchiato with blonde espresso, you're going to be lit all day. Chubby Jag, West Coast artist, Cassidy's, man. Someone just hit me and told me that if I would have done a Tony Ayo interview, it wouldn't have done nothing. They asked me, Mikey T, what people have you ever brought back when it comes to interviews? I found that funny. I found that pretty funny. Starbucks coffee has Big Wig. Big Wig dissing my coffee of choice. Just got himself hidden from the chat. That's pretty gross. That's pretty gross, man. We try to keep it PG-13 on this channel. You know what I mean? Once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we can get R-rated on this channel. Interview Little Cease. I actually spoke to Little Cease, and Little Cease told me that we could do an interview in the future. He did. He said we could do an interview in the future. But right now, I'm hot on the heels of getting this JoJo Capone interview. We already locked it in. The interview's happening Monday, you guys. I'm tapping in with JoJo Capone. I hope you guys are excited about that. I hope you guys are excited to see more of the Cassidy interview. I hope you're excited to see the final piece of the Kid interview as well. Who do I got? Payne or Benny? Don't put me in that position, man. Don't put me in that. Really? I think Benny the Butcher is the face of hip hop right now. I think Benny the Butcher is the face of hip hop. And I think RJ Payne is somebody that came into hip hop. And like he said at the end of my interview, he's inspiration. He's living proof that dreams can come true. And you know what I mean? But Benny the Butcher is more of the face of hip hop to me. Cassidy's best battle ever is definitely the one with Goods. 100%. Biggs Row, interview Mase and Betha. Guys, if y'all, all right, we got 95 people in here. If we can get 40 likes right now, I will tell you all the story about when I was supposed to interview Mase and Betha. MA dollar signee. We got 17 likes. I want 40 likes, and I'm going to tell you the story of what happened with the Mase interview. Bump J from Chicago. Yeah, that's definitely one. You know, I've interviewed Bump J from Philly, and a lot of the Bump J fans be messaging me, man. Freddie Gibbs is a real one for sure. Freddie Gibbs is a real one for sure. All right, we got 99 people in here. I want 10 likes. I want you guys to give me 10 likes, and then I'm going to tell the story about how I was supposed to interview Mase. Let's get 10 likes, you guys, and I'm going to break down that story. Chris Black in here. Is that the infamous Chris Black from Murder, Inc., who I met at the Crystal Mall back in the day? Welcome to K's Nation said, are you done with Smurf? Stay tuned for that, man. Stay tuned for that. Nobody seems to be. I was just going to do a live about Smurf, but nobody seems to really care. Goods beat Cass, period. Where's the Crystal Mall? The Crystal Mall is in New London. No pressure, it's hip hop, but I forgot the interviews in Future. Future might be, Mikey. I never interviewed Future. You didn't say that though, did you? One time I almost met Future. I met his videographer. Nah, we're at 37 likes, you guys. Come on, let's get 3 more likes. Actually, I want 45 likes since you guys are taking so long. I want 45 likes, and I'm going to tell the story about how I was supposed to interview Mase. Let's get 45 likes, you guys. Haitian Chris Black from Queens, no ink affiliation. Keep up the good work. Chris Black, I appreciate you tapping in, man. That's dope. Always good to have Queens in the building. You know, Queens is definitely my favorite borough. Queens is definitely my favorite borough. I'll put that out there. We got 39 likes, you guys. Let me get 6 more likes. Let's get 6 more likes. 5 more likes now, and I'm going to tell the story of what went wrong with my interview with MA $E. Do you guys want to hear about how I was supposed to interview Mase? 4 more likes, and I will tell you the story. James Brown says, I wish you well in your endeavors, but I got to let you know hip-hop goes way back, way before I was born. Please study the history of hip-hop and not on a BS documentary. Buffalo, NY 716. For sure, man. I love hip-hop. I live and breathe hip-hop. Got you, man. Deshaun Live, G-Unit checking in. G-Unit. Yeah, man. Salute to G-Unit. 50 Cent should have signed me back in the day. Chris Black from Cash Money Click. No. It's not Chris Black from Cash Money Click. Mikey, you that guy I've been wanting to say you have good classic interviews. Dale, I appreciate you saying that, man. I hope you saw some of my recent work. I just put up a couple throwback interviews, one with Goods and one with Quan as well. All right, you guys. Sorry, guys. Now it's going to be 50 likes. Now, since you guys are slacking, I need 50 likes if you want to hear the story about how I was supposed to interview Mase. Guys, 50 likes if you want to hear it. Deshaun Live says, you would be a good candidate for This Is 50 interviews. Yeah, 50 kind of dropped the ball on that one. 50 kind of. Leo, hey, bro, if people want to slow up, we got 100 people in here right now. Let's get 50 likes. All we need is 6 more likes, and I'll bust down that story for you. Philly is the land of the spitters. That's true. Philly is the land of the spitters. I love Philly music. You know what I mean? You got hard spitters out there like Spado. You got hard spitters out there like Beanie Siegel. You know what I mean? Like, come on. He doesn't get much better than that. Cassidy. But why Philly cats don't get along? Because, man, it's difficult in this game to get to the top. You know what I mean? When you get to the top, you don't really want to try to help somebody else up because then you're going to fall back down yourself. You know what I mean? If you try to reach back for somebody, there's always a chance that you could stumble and fall back down. I think that's why a lot of Philly people don't help. I think that's why a lot of Philly people, when they get love and they get shine, they sort of use it to like gloat against other people. Nobody Gang, appreciate you tapping in, man. Looks like we got one of King Earner's heaviest fans in here. Defa East Coast thing. Hartford 860 in the building. T History said Philly is territorial like Boston. Dutchman, you talking about Dutch from Major Figures? James M, you just found yourself a one-way ticket out of here, my brother. Today we're on here talking about Taiwan Hubbard said Mikey T, the real dude, down to earth. Damn, don't see that a lot. Yeah, man. You know, you got to be transparent in this business. You know what I mean? You got to be see-through. You got to let the people see the real you. You know what I mean? And as soon as I started getting on this camera and started getting the ability to do that, I just didn't want to stop. You know what I mean? As soon as I actually jumped on the camera and started doing it like this, I didn't want to stop, you guys. I just wanted to keep going. You know what I mean? It made my hunger like 10 times more because now I got this. I can actually give my social commentary and I've got my interviews. You know what I mean? So you guys could see me on a bunch of different spectrums. Major Figures Dutchman for sure. Beans is the hardest rap buzz. Beans, one of my favorite Beans verse is Beans featuring Ghostface. Beans featuring Ghostface, you guys. Probably the hardest. It's actually Ghostface featuring Beans. Yeah, Ghostface featuring Beans. It's yeah, it was a dope record. The Barrel Brothers, Tony Siegel, aka the Barrel Brothers. Is that what they used to call them? I had no idea. Nah, that was off of the Big Doe Rehab album, I want to say. That was off of Ghostface Killer's Big Doe Rehab album. Let me just fact check that real quick though. Let me just fact check that real quick. No, I was definitely wrong. No, yeah, it is. Yeah. Tony Siegel, aka the Barrel Brothers. Yep. Yo, I'm not even gonna say your name. I'm just gonna block you, bro. Have a good day, man. I hope you enjoyed your 10 seconds of fame on my channel. Bubonic and Mr. Man's Philly Most Wanted slept on legends. Um, I'm only 22, but my dad would play State Property Hot 97 freestyle 30 times a day when I was 12. That's hilarious, man. Interview lyricist Jay Hood. Ali Poe, yeah, I've done a couple interviews with Jay Hood. Yeah, Buffalo is definitely on the rise. You got a lot of people from Buffalo, like my homie Ponzo Houdini. Benny the Butcher actually had me out to Buffalo, which was dope. You know what I mean? Benny took me to the spot for chicken and wings out there. No, I'm not 22. Deshaun Live said in the chat he's only 22, but his dad would play State Property on Hot 97, like the freestyle from Hot 97, like 30 times a day. Me, I'm actually 32, you guys. I was born in 1998. I was born in 1988, and we got our first hip hop album in 1998, the DMX albums. One more like, Icy said. Oh, Busta's new album? That new album that Busta working on, he finally put it out? All right, are we going to get one more like? Who's going to be that 50th like? And we'll tell the Mase story real quick before I get out of here. All right, you guys. So I was in Miami, right? And my homie Arizona Slim, who's actually worked with French Montana, Arizona Slim has put me on to many different situations, you guys. He actually invited me to the Shot Caller remix video after I'd done the interview with Max B. And you know, that's when I actually met Diddy for the first time. I met Little Poopy that day as well. I still don't know if Little Poopy is a boy or a girl. If anybody in the chat could explain that. That was the day I met Diddy. I met Ross again that day because everyone knows the Shot Caller remix actually featured Ross and Diddy. So Arizona Slim had invited me out to that. He also invited me to the Pop That video shoot where I met Rihanna, and I tried to bag Rihanna that day, but she was unfortunately there with Drake and didn't want to smoke any of my Blue Dream. But I was like, yo, Riri, come smoke with me. Anyways, Arizona Slim is a real dude, right? So Arizona Slim had Mase in his studio. Slim and Mase are like very close. They're very close. Slim has been around since back in the day. Irv Gotti had him in the Murder Inc. studios with Ja Rule and all them, you know, as a young producer. So Slim is like really in tune with all the OGs. So he got on with Mase and he called me. I lived like 15 minutes from Arizona Slim when I was in Florida. So he actually called me up and said, "Yo, Mikey T, come through the studio. You won't believe who I got here. You won't believe who I got here." So I go to the studio and guess who's there? It's Mase. It's Mase in one of the most classic shirts. He had one of those like gold link shirts on that looked like, like it was like gold links on the shirt. Classic Mase. And for some reason, Mase wanted to play me all of his music. It was Slim on the studio board, like right here, like I'm in front of the computer. You had Mase right behind him, and then me on the couch, and just Mase wanted to play me all of his music, guys. Like I'm not lying. Mase sat there. He was dancing with me. He made me. It was like I was Diddy. It was like I was Diddy and he was Mase. We had like that combination thing going. It's like everybody that Mase chills with, he'll give you that aura, that Mase Diddy type feeling, that vibe. It make you feel like what Deshaun's saying. It make you feel like you're in Harlem World or something. But we was in Hollywood. We was in Hollywood, Florida. Yeah, yeah, I was Diddy in the situation. I was Diddy to his Mase, you know what I mean? We was like dancing together and we was dancing. He was like rapping the joints, and it was like such a classic 90s vibe, you guys. That's like they say in that one movie, how it's like now being famous is like nothing compared to what being famous was like in the 90s. And, Mase was really one of those guys who actually got the opportunity to be famous when being famous was actually something. You know what I mean? Nowadays, everybody that jumps on the computer and does a live or has a YouTube channel, you're somewhat famous. But back in the day, Mase was that level of fame where, you know what I mean? He was famous just because of his dimples. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I got the opportunity to meet Mase, it was like a really epic day for me. So Mase told me, he's like, "Yo, Mikey T, let's do the interview, but let's not do it here. Let's do it at the big studio." As I told you, I was actually working at Circle House Studio at the time. Nah, man. Nah, man. Mase just gives off that crazy vibe where you feel like you're back in the 90s, just like, you know what I mean? You just feel like you're back in the 90s and you're just chilling, like, and it's all good. Like, Mase is the type of guy that puts you at ease. Like, that guy really seems like he doesn't have a worry in the world. Or so I thought. Oh, or so I thought, you guys. Macatari in the building. New single Fly Away out right now. Yeah, Mac, they're showing a lot of love, man. Detroit in the building. Show love to my bro Macatari. I'm about to put his Instagram up so y'all could tap in. About to put his IG up on the joint so y'all could tap in real quick. Because we just dropped his new single on the channel today, and it's tearing up right now. Fly Away is killing it on the channel right now. It's almost up to 100 comments, actually. But all right, we're going to get back into the joint. Follow Macatari, though, right here. Everyone in this chat, if y'all could show some love and follow Macatari, I would appreciate that. Um, so anyways, back to the story. So everything was great with Mase, you know what I mean? He didn't smoke or anything like that, but he didn't have a problem with me smoking. So I was like, "Yo, Mase, but it would be really dope if I could get an exclusive interview with you." I was like, "That'd be amazing." He's like, "Yeah, we can do it." I can't do the Mase voice right now. He's like, "Yeah, we can do it, but let's do it at a bigger studio because we were both planning on doing it at Circle House where I worked at the time. Actually, I was working at Circle House, not like for money or anything like that. I was really just there working with the owner, Abibi Lewis. He had me in there working every day on my computer, just letting me use the studio. I was booking time at Circle House as well. He was really just letting me grow, like, to be honest with you. So Mase told me that he was getting a gold Lamborghini. And you guys can go look it up. Mase actually did get the gold Lamborghini. He told me he was going to have a gold Lamborghini at Circle House the next day or later that day, and that we were going to get together for an interview. But, after that, let me see. I might even still have Mase's number in here. But after that, I never heard from Mase again, you guys. After that day, it never happened. You know what I mean? After getting that experience with Mase where, we was literally We was literally, you know what I mean? Like dancing, almost like dancing in the studio together. It was one of the best times I ever had in the studio. You know what I mean? Because usually in the studio, you're just standing there and you're all like, but Mase brought it back to that level of having fun. You know what I mean? It was one of the most fun times I had in the studio with Mase. But he fronted on me for the interview, you guys. He fronted on me for the interview. And a part of me is all right with it because of the way that my YouTube channel was back in the day. But obviously missing out on the Mase interview, you're definitely going to be upset about that. Mase is a little weird, but he's dope as hell lyrically and flow-wise. Very underrated MC, much like AZ. Definitely the 90s vibe. Yeah, that's true, man. I always got a real between AZ and Mase, I always saw that similarity. You know what I mean? Those two have a dope similarity, but it's like Mase just went the extra step mainstream-wise. King Fester said, Bangum Smurf also confirmed in your prior interview that Cadillac Tah showed up and he talked to 50. Nothing about putting pressure on him. Well, I mean, come on. If you're going to show up to somebody's hood, and be like, yo, what's going on? Which one of your boys was messing with my baby mama? I think that's pressure. Me personally, I think that's pressure. AZ and Mase do definitely compare. They both have similar voices. I'm trying to see if I even got the phone that was that I had Mace's number on. I doubt this was the phone. I think I bought this phone since I came back to Connecticut. And when I met up with Mase, it had to be in 2013. Yeah, it's not in this phone. I definitely didn't have this iPhone back in 2013. NBA Youngboy, the best rapper out. Eyes Media. I always looked at Eyes Media. Godspeed. I always looked at AZ like he was a more critically acclaimed version of Mase. You know what I mean? I looked at Mase like the more mainstream. They even look alike, you guys. So what are you talking about? They even vaguely look similar. Listen to this one. AZ and Mase have a laid back feel. Right, exactly. Right there. AZ is one of the most underrated lyricists ever. Yeah, he really is. He really is. But after finding out a few things about AZ and the way that they be treating women, you know what I mean? I'm cool. I'm cool on going to work with AZ again, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they be finding some chicks and they be turning them out. You know what I mean? They be like, yo, if you ain't banging, you're leaving. I met a couple girls out here in CT that they played off like that, and I don't respect that. You heard something about that, Eric. Nah, Jason. Cadillac Tah pulled up the 50s hood. At the time, Cadillac Tah was the one who was popping. Cadillac Tah was the one pulling up in the Cadillac to 50s hood. Nothing would have happened to Cadillac Tah at that time because Cadillac Tah had all the mojo back then. You got to understand. If something happened to Cadillac Tah in that instance, 50 people would have pulled up and wiped everybody down. Like, come on. You got to remember who was in position at that point. G Unit was kind of just a street crew at that point. You know what I mean? G Unit was really just a street crew at that point. Yeah, Tah spoke on this on several platforms. Tah has spoken on this at several platforms, and I just had to jump on here and talk about it tonight because of the simple fact that I actually was one of the first people to actually interview Smurf and break this story. That's why I wanted to jump on it tonight. I actually got the respect from Emrek to cover his story. Emrek said that was cool as long as I keep his brand in a respectable light. And I would never do nothing besides keep Emrek's brand in a respectable light. You know what I mean? G Miller, appreciate you for tuning in, man. I'm sorry that this will be the last time you tune in, though. Yeah, it's crazy, Caesar, that Caddy and 50 were actually cool at that time. Caddy said it in the interview with Emrek that when he spoke with 50 about the diss record that he made, the I Don't Believe You record, he told him, I said this a little earlier, I don't know if you're just tuning in, Caesar, but he told him, yo, you've got so much more talent than that. Why do you need to do that? Why do you need to come at us in a record? You have so much more talent than that, 50. Like, you could easily just blow on your own. And Rec and Caddy were talking about some of the records that 50 had that were amazing. Like, I mean, come on. You could look at the record with Beyonce, Thug Love. You could look at his other chick record. It was called Material Girl. Or you could look at some of the street records, The Good Die Young, Slow Dough. 50 could make records. Even look at How to Rob, you know what I mean? But How to Rob was kind of a push in that direction of him going out to get that, that shine that he wanted, that attention that 50 wanted. You know what I mean? Because 50 wanted all the attention on him. You know what I mean? It was sort of like, if I could break this down, if 50 would have joined Murder Inc., you guys, if 50 Cent would have joined Murder Inc. after Ja Rule was the lead man, it would have sort of been like after The Rock joined the Nation of Domination with Farouk. You know what I mean? Like, Farouk was the guy in the lead, and then The Rock came, and then Farouk couldn't even get a sentence in anymore. So I think if 50 would have joined Murder Inc., he kind of would have pushed 50 to the back, Ja Rule to the background, and you kind of would have saw a different thing happening. But that's really talking about a what if 50 had signed to Murder Inc. And that's not what we're talking about tonight. We're not on here talking about the speculation of 50 Cent shopping demos to Murder Inc. That's not what I'm telling you guys about tonight. Maybe I'll tell you guys about that in a future episode, and y'all will call me batshit crazy for saying that 50 wanted to sign to Murder Inc. But when I decide to bring that to y'all will hear it. Yeah, me and Smurf had a little bit of dissension over $50, unfortunately. Mase in the building. Appreciate you, man. I hope you go and check out Millie's new project, Benny Blanco 3. Yep. No, T. 50 Cent's first album was not gold. Power of the Dollar actually sold 5,000 copies. Salute, Miguel Perez. Yeah, Dollar. It's crazy. Yes, super angry. That's what I'm saying. Like, once The Rock came into the Nation of Domination, Farouk, who had all of the mic time, Farouk used to have all the mic time for the Nation. But then when The Rock came in, The Rock would be talking. Farouk would be like, but Rock, no, let me handle this, Farouk. And then he would just keep talking. And you see, like, the situation with Murder Inc., Ja Rule was at the helm. These guys like Cadillac Tah, Black Child, you know what I mean? Other people, there were other people. Best believe there were other people. Charlie Baltimore, Vita, these guys, these women, they couldn't secure release dates because Murder Inc. was focused on the one-trick pony, Ja Rule. They were also focused on Ashani too. You know what I mean? They had their two artists. Did Smurf ever talk about his connection to Yuck Mouth and almost bringing the Silverback Gorillas to rap a lot before the death row rumors? Nah, I don't think so. Super angry. The boss miner in here. Why? Did I make you laugh, bro? Duke Blue. Do I think Smurf is loyal? Ron Simmons was one of the few wrestlers that everyone did not want to test in the locker room. You can go back to your interview and see Bangham say Cadillac pulled up and wanted to talk to 50. Yes, 100% facts. 50 Cent got famous. Dre Beats made 50 Cent a superstar. Rest from Cent. Guys, San is England in the house again tonight? I appreciate everybody for tapping in, y'all. If anybody has any questions, just put it in the chat. Anybody want to donate to the channel? If anybody wants to support the channel, the best way to do that is by Cash App. Cash App Mikey T Movie. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Cash App Mikey T Movie. If you want to support the channel. It looks like we got a Mikey T the movie star sub in here. Appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? Did you guys see my interview that I just did with Shorty Lowe where he talked about the $10 million deal with 50 Cent? I feel like some of you guys might have missed that. Some of the G-Unit fans might have missed that. I thought that was one of the biggest G-Unit signings ever when 50 did that deal in the South with Shorty Lowe. Yeah, I thought that was one of the biggest deals ever. Mac, I appreciate you for tuning in. Yo, Mikey, Ishmael88 up in here. Yo, Mikey, much success next year. Love the goods video. Less washed rappers interviews, free OBH. Salute, bro. Salute. Super Angry said, I remember 50 when he clowned and trolled Koch Records. Yeah, he said Koch was the graveyard. It was an investment between a few rich people. Uh, yeah, but it was funny how 50 dissed Koch, but then a few years later he ended up on Caroline. I'm not gonna say the name of who gave me a super chat, but I do appreciate it. Supposedly, there's a rumor, according to Queen's OG, that Ja and 50 were in the same studio before the beef. Hey, man, that is true. That's facts. Power of the Dollar was the best 50 album by bar none. Yo, Mikey T keeping it real. That's all I do is keep it real. Oh, well, yo, I got another video ready for King Earner too. I got another video ready for King Earner too. I remember watching your video from back in the day with Smurf and Damo. That's what's up. I appreciate you tapping in on that, man. You know what I mean? This game is about consistency, and that's all I do. I stay consistently. Let me check this out. Oh wow, he did. Wow, he did. It's too bad that King Earner's video only has like 350 views on it. But all right, guys, I'm gonna tap out. I'm gonna get back on here in 1 second though. Let's respond to King Earner. Let's respond to King Earner. Let's see who taps in. Let's see who taps in. I'm gonna respond to King Earner in 2 minutes. Respect.